Good morning children, welcome to EVS class. Today we'll be starting with the new lesson, that is lesson number 10, pollution. Pollution is one of the biggest problems on the planet. It is the most dangerous thing on the earth as it destroys the earth and its original nature, and it ends up destroying ourselves also. Now what is pollution, children? Pollution is the addition of harmful substances into the air, land and water. These harmful substances that cause pollution are known as pollutants. They result in the spoiling of the nature and also the things which make our earth beautiful. The various types of pollution are soil pollution, air pollution, water pollution and noise pollution.
Soil pollution. Soil is the upper layer of the Earth's surface. Just like all the other parts of our environment, soil too is getting polluted to a great extent. Making the soil dirty by addition of substances called pollutants is called soil pollution. Many human and natural activities result in soil pollution. Dumping of household waste like plastics, glass and thermocol in the soil results in soil pollution. Such wastes do not break down and never become part of the soil. Similarly, chemical substances like pesticides and fertilizers that are used in agriculture to increase crop yield also pollute the soil. Such chemicals make their way into the deeper layers of the soil and affect the soil quality. Chemical wastes from industries also mix with the soil and pollute it. When the trees and plants growing on it are cut to obtain land for construction of roads and buildings, the top layer of the soil is uncovered. The barren land is exposed to wind and flowing water, which wash away the soil, causing soil erosion. The effects of soil pollution are very serious. Crops grown in polluted soils carry toxic substances and metals like lead and arsenic, which gradually find their way in the human body. Such substances can damage the organs and even cause cancer. Solid wastes like plastic and glass crowd the soil. Animals sometimes ingest plastic waste accidentally or thinking it as food. Many animals die due to this reason. These harmful substances gradually reach the groundwater under the soil and make the water unsuitable for human use. It is very clear that soil pollution is very harmful and steps should be taken to reduce it. Wastes like plastics and glass should not be dumped into the soil. Use of articles that are eco-friendly should be encouraged. Use of harmful pesticides and insecticides in agricultural fields must be discouraged. Plants and trees should be grown on empty pieces of land to prevent soil erosion. We all too can help by segregating waste before disposing it.
We know the presence of unwanted and harmful substances in the air is termed as air pollution. Any additional gases, particles, or odors that are introduced into the air and can cause harm to living things can be termed as pollution. Now let's see what are the major effects of air pollution. First of all, let's see what are the health effects on health. Some of the pollutants in the air can be very harmful for health of living beings. Chemicals like benzene or vinyl chloride in the air can cause diseases like cancer, birth defects, long-term injuries to lungs, and even death. Breathing polluted air may cause infections in eyes and nose. Air pollution due to traffic is the main reason behind the increase in number of asthma patients. Chemical pollutants in the air, when mixed with rain, it forms acid rain, which is very harmful for all living beings. Acid rain destroys trees, crops, farms, animals, and also pollute the water bodies that again harms the living things that depend on the water of that water body. Another important effect of pollution is smog. It is formed when fog is mixed with smoke, and a poisonous form of fog is formed, which we call as smog. It can be very harmful to breathe in too much of smog, as it contains a pollutant called ozone. And ozone is a gas that is very harmful for our lungs. Smog also reduces the visibility. We learned a few major effects of air pollution. Now let's learn. What are the major causes of air pollution? Emissions from industries and manufacturing activities. Almost all types of industries emit a lot of smoke that is released into the atmosphere and pollutes the air. Their smoke has high levels of harmful gases and particles like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, and organic compounds that are very harmful. Burning of fossil fuels. Fuels like gasoline, diesel, kerosene, coal are examples of fossil fuels. All vehicles use some fossil fuel, mainly gasoline, for running and emit a lot of smoke that contains a lot of pollutants like carbon monoxide, oxides of nitrogen, hydrocarbons, and particulates. On their own, they cause great harm to people who breathe them, and additionally, they react with the environmental gases to create further toxic gases. This emission of smoke from vehicles is a prime reason of air pollution, as our world consists of vehicles in millions. As today, every person's life relies on some or the other kind of vehicle. Vehicles are required for transporting goods and to travel from one place to another, and we all need to travel. Household and farming chemicals. Crop dusting, fumigating homes, household cleaning products, painting supplies, insecticides, weedicides, fertilizers, all emit harmful substances into the air and cause some kind of pollution. So kids, we learn what are the major causes of air pollution. Now let's learn how we can control air pollution. There should be sufficient distance between industrial and residential areas. The chimneys in the industries should be made sufficiently tall so that smoke is released as higher as possible. The mining areas should be planted with trees. Coal fuel should be used least possible. Vehicles must be designed with emission control system. Vehicles must get regular maintenance checks. We must try to join carpools or vanpools so as to save fossil fuels. Always try to prefer public transports or walk small distances or use a bicycle. Always try to buy energy-efficient appliances. Recycle newspaper, aluminum, and plastic waste. We should plant more and more trees. So kids, these are small steps that we can take to prevent air pollution.
With this, we come to the end of the class. Thank you, children.